Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? What's up, YouTube? Okay, play part two of the video. Okay, I probably do, start about this, I said the 13-year-old girl and how she was trying to kill Montgomery back over 5 years ago, how she was killed, doing drive-by. And, okay, video, I'm talking about, her life, her name is, Mobile Barrera. He, she was 13-year-old girl who was got killed, man. So I can feel talking about could reveal talk about her life and why she's not here no more, man. So here you go, man. Okay, 13-year-old girl name was Mobile Barrera. Yeah, she was a Hispanic girl, how she was a Hispanic girl, and how she was a major student at the Cape Heights school. As I read somewhere that she was a good student to her class, and how she was a good daughter to her family. So, and how the family had lost her, and so I think it's about how about life had turned tragic. How how she was a 13-year-old girl, don't spend life, and how her life got taken away with soon. But and so it's just that on the night, around the nighttime, I think around the year it was about right. I think around 2017, about 5 years ago, and she was at home with her family, how they was chilling at home, and somehow a drive by happened to where they shut up the home. And so I had read somewhere that you know the house got shut up, on how the windows got shattered, everything, due to the gunshots, and how they had, trying to hide in the house, and somehow, this girl got hit, you know, and so I think the bullet had went to the girl, how on how the girl got shot up, man, and so I feel like there was a type of a motive for the shooting, I feel like somebody had that drive by, and basically to where they oh, I feel like like someone who done drive by is someone who trying to get the enemies in Montgomery, but how she was victim of Montgomery homicide, but and so I feel like this little girl got caught up in how she got shot in the home, and so I think like someone who did drive by basically that's at nighttime to where they had shut up the whole house up, man. I feel like the bullets had went through the house, they went through the windows, the doors, and how on how the house got shattered up, man, and on how glass got shattered, and, and so I feel like this girl was I guess doing her watch TV, and how the bullet had went through the home and had kind of had shrunken away to where that she could not survive, but and so I feel like her family had to buy her, a daughter, and how her family had, with the news saying that that she was a good girl, to her family. Why would someone, want to harm her though? I don't know. And so I feel like the shooting, it wasn't intended for her, but and so I feel like the Montgomery, I say the dude got a lot of people out here, they want to start, I said drive-by shootings because they want to get their target, I said the enemies, the ops, I feel like, someone did drive-by, that wasn't for them at all. And so I feel like, I feel like, what would I target her for, man? I feel like, why would I target a house, that involving, a couple of Hispanic people in the house, they chilling, man, and, I don't know, I think, why would I want to target her for, man? I don't, like somebody who will target a house that is, full of Hispanics, or don't target their enemies. I don't know. I feel like this shouldn't happen when she was at home, and how this shell head went off, but and so I feel like her, her mom, her sisters, her, her family felt kind of upset, frustrated. Why her murder was a cult, man. I feel like, it was a more thing where, like, things can happen, in the hood. Until we see someone, I still want to do a drive-by, I want somebody to me stay, I don't know. I feel like it's the type of thing where, if someone who wouldn't, do type of shooting, this thing, I call it how beef went on, how beef can start over drive-bys and how beef can start over someone, getting killed. And so I feel like, that she was, got caught up in the whole mess of it, of someone else's mess and how, how someone, I said, they drive by that night and how people got affected by it, man. But so I do feel like, her family, I still give her a loss, man, and why she's not here no more, man. And so I feel like a death, happened 5 years ago. That's why death is not solved, man. I feel like, the killers who shot up the house up is still on, in the streets, somewhere in Montgomery, man. I feel like, they're probably in the streets, somewhere, I said doing a lot of crimes, but, and so I feel like, this type of thing, I say, I don't know, I say they can't fit the family, to where they lost a daughter, I said due to the gun violence, going on Montgomery, but, so I do feel like, my city has, a type of gun violence, they come from, anger, frustration, man, violence going on, how people get killed, man, by someone else mess. And so I feel like, it can be somebody who can lost a life towards, to gunshots, how gunshots can say pow, 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 on how somebody, I say they can't get shot up, man, but and so I feel like, this little girl, Maribel, Barrera, I say that she not survived and how that she not survived the gunshots and how the gunshots, had shot through the house, to where people got, I said couldn't got hit, man, but how they, on how the girl got, got hit. And so I feel like her family, is you know, still grieving her loss right now. So she was, a student, Capitol Heights, somewhere north side of town, somewhere on that N Street to where they, the school is still N Street, but and so I feel like her death affected her family, man. Her classmates, got affected by her death, so I feel like, why would they would kill or target a house? I don't know why they did it. I don't know. It could be, someone who's black, trying to get, I say, revenge off someone else's beef. I don't know. I feel like, they targeted house, So I do feel like, they targeted the house that wasn't, I get taken for them to get shot, but I feel like, the drive-by had targeted their home, I know her, but I feel like, her death affected, her family, but as I read somewhere online to where, they had put a type of tree, it's kind of honor, of her life and how her life got stolen from her, man, how she was, a 13-year-old girl, I said want to live life and how that she would have, I don't know, I feel like that she would have, lived to see 14 years old, 15 or either 20 years old, but she died, in a premature death and how she died when she was 13 years old. And so I feel like her death was premature, how she got killed, man, over some mistaken identity thing to where, someone I kinda had targeted the house. I feel like, they targeted the house, they involved in her in the house and how, they shut the whole house up, man. But and so I feel like, it's kinda sad they didn't see, a family member losing as low into gun violence and how gun violence is terrible now. How someone who loses a daughter, a son, to anything that involved in gun violence, how gun violence is getting high now, up in America, to where, guns can be in the hands of a criminal, someone who want to do dirt in the streets, and how they can do dirt, things like this and shot up a house or do things that could be, I probably say gang infested or gang related, man. But I feel like, they try. I don't know, I feel like, they try to like, things in Montgomery on how drive-bys can steam off of basically someone who's in a gang or something. I don't know. And so I feel like Montgomery, they got type of game presence in the city to where even more kind of more probably more I say more game related stuff going on, but and how Montgomery is a game related city, man, to where they are trying to get payback off of revenge, but and so I feel like her life got started, man, really fast, man. How they killed her, man, but so I don't know. I feel like her death is still unsolved and to this day, man. It's a crime happened back 5 years ago, man. How how her murder is not solved, man. But so I feel like sad thing, see a little girl who gets cut down, shot up, man, or get shot up bad by a dumbass criminal, man, who rather want to, but I don't know, want to take a life, man. So I feel like her life got cut short, man. So Miss Salvador. So I hope they find just for murder and I don't know. I hope they find her killer, man. So Miss Salvador, how her family had to live, I say with her loss, man. So I feel like they might find out who killed the man and why did they kill him, man. So man, sorry with that, man. Hear about her being killed, man. But so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So peace. I'm out here. Take care and peace.